Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys the manicures that I've worn the last, when was the last time that I made this kind of video? 2-3 months ago maybe? I have over, I think, 20 polishes here. So let's jump right into it. And I think I'll just start off with the manicure that I have on right now. And by the way, some of these may seem repetitive if you follow me on Instagram because I've posted, if not all, majority of these polishes, but I know there's some of you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, so let's do it. I'll start off with 90 Lacquer's Marigold. I hauled these. I bought this guy. No, I don't think I made a video when I bought it, but I think I mentioned them in my spring seasonal rack video. I got this one, Raindrops, which I've already worn and I forgot to take a picture of, so I won't mention it in this video, and Lilac, which I've also posted on Instagram, pretty sure. Marigold is a yellow in the spring collection for this year. This leans more on the lighter side. When I look up Marigold, it pulls up some yellows, oranges, red oranges kind of colors. So more along the lines of this situation right here. Look at how pretty that looks. I would say this is more on the way lighter side of Marigold and almost more of a buttercream yellow. Really pretty color. I have worn this a few times because I wasn't sure how I felt about it as far as the color goes against my skin tone. The formulation is really great. Gets opaque at 2 coats. It has these multichromatic smaller flakes as well as some larger ones. The smaller ones lean more yellow green. The larger ones I would say more magenta, kind of purpley, orangey. You get multi colors on the little flakies, which I think are really beautiful. There is this fine shimmer also in here. It's a little bit more on the I don't know if it's gold. I can't really tell from here, but I don't really capture that on my nails at all. I see it in the bottle, but I don't really see it on my nails. And the multichrome flakes, I don't really, I do capture them, but not as much as I thought I would. It almost looks like a pale yellow with specks on it, and then you see 1 or 2 shifting flakes on the nails. I love it. I just don't love it as much as I thought I would because I don't see all of the multi-chromatic situation going on in the bottle on my nails. But great formula and super cute polish. As I've gotten a little bit deeper, I feel like I like it a little bit more. When I first put it on, I was a little bit lighter and I wasn't loving it as much against my skin tone. It was clashing a little bit, not looking so hot. These 2 polishes, I know I've done nail of the day for, so I'll talk quickly. Both of these are creams. This is Hunger from NARS. I hope I have a picture of this one, but I know I did a nail of the day, so I'll link it up in the cards. And Gitane from Chanel. So this one's more red orange. This is more of a red. Both are creams. Both good formulas. 2 to 3 coats. I would say more leaning on the 3rd coat. They both feel a little bit more on the jelly-ish side, not so much a jelly, but kind of juicy looking, if that makes sense. I then moved on to Grindelwald from Polish. I have a few polishes in this video because I've worn them all and some a few times, more than once for sure, because I think they're so beautiful. This is the deeper purple with the gold flakes. Great formula, couple coats for this one. I have Dress Me Up from China Glaze, and this is from my project polish, which I have been failing miserably at. And this time that when I wore it, I put on the I&M the Northern Lights top coat, which I forgot to bring out, and quite frankly I don't remember if I have here. Oh, I do. I put on the Northern Lights over top of it, and it made for such a beautiful manicure. Very delicate and very sophisticating looking manicure. The formula of this one has gotten terrible, by the way, because I'm running pretty low. But if you initially buy it, if you can find it, it's super awesome. These 3 polishes here, I did some dry brushing. So I got Sailor from Zoya, which is a navy blue cream. I want to say this one was 1 or 2 coats. The formula was so awesome. Oh my gosh. Put this on my index and pinky. And then I grabbed my Vampire's Buff from Opie Eyes, put this on my middle and ring finger. This one usually takes 3 coats if a bottle is full. Now it's taking a couple of coats, but it didn't really matter because I was going to do some dry brushing. So what I did over top of my Vampire's Buff is I dry brushed Zoya's Sailor first, and then I put Astrid over top of this one. And that manicure was so awesome. I haven't done dry brushing in a hot minute, and I thought they looked really great together. I did do a swatch of this one by itself, so I'll share Astrid by itself. I want to say this one was 3 coats for full opacity. I love the color and how reflective it is on the nails. I think this is really, really beautiful. Another polish, this is the Bell Witch, and this is probably one of my favorite manicures next to these 3 that I paired. Formulation wise, this was great. 3 coats for full opacity. The base is a little bit more, it's not sheer, but it is meant to be slightly sheer so you can see the little gold flakes, I believe. I don't really know, I've never really asked them, but I'm assuming it's meant to be slightly bit more sheer so you can see the gold flakes layered, and they layer so beautiful. I feel like this color is the perfect wedding season color, but then you add the gold flakes and it amplifies it a little bit more. These are so awesome. And then I have Nagini from Pahlish. This is the green one in the line, again with the gold flakes. 3 coats for this one. When I wore this, I gotta say I wasn't a huge fan of the color against my skin tone. I just wasn't loving it as much. I feel like it photographed better than what it looked in person on my skin. I think this would be an awesome pedicure color. You know when there's sometimes when you wear a polish and you're not loving it as a manicure, but then you put it on your toes and that's where it belongs basically? I think that's where this one's gonna go, because I think it's really beautiful and the formulas are really great. The next 2 polishes are from Hansen. I wore these back to back. This is from the Insta Dry line Plummet, which is a dark purple. 2 coats for this one. Vava Violet, 2 coats for this one. I've mentioned before the formulation of the Hansen polishes are really great. Really never have any complaints. They dry significantly quick and I never have an issue with application. This is from Opie Eyes. This is called DS Luxurious. I don't know if I did a nail of the day for this one. I can't remember, but I want to say this one was 2 coats. And you get some of the gold and orange and it looks very reflective. This pops on my nails against my skin tone. It's really beautiful. I was very satisfied with that manicure. I am missing a nail polish. It's from Nevermind. It's called Phoenix Fire. I can't find the actual polish. I want to say, I don't know if it's at the hold on, maybe oh, it's right here, duh, Mensa. Yeah, Phoenix Fire. And this one along with the Serafim Sword, they are in a holographic base, and this one the base shifts also to a purple, and then it has some multi-chrome flakes in here, shards of glitters. They're multi-size and this looks amazing. I could not stop staring at my nails because this is so magical looking. 3 coats for this one. The next one is from Cirque Colors. This is McKittrick and this is a very dark green. I want to say this one was 2 coats. Yep, 2 coats, and I even wrote great formula because it does have a great formula. I think it's labeled as a cream, but to me this is almost like kind of like some reds. They're very juicy looking. This is exactly what I feel on my nails. I feel like it's more on the juicy side more than a cream side. I know I'm moving kind of fast, but I have a lot of polishes in here. I have Opie Eyes, Worth a Pretty Penny, and I got this one. I took a chance because I'm not really down with colors like these, but I thought this looked very beautiful. Another one that would be great kind of for a wedding season. Very subtle color on the nails, I guess, because it says Pretty Penny. I'm thinking, you know, copper. I don't see a lot of copper. I see more pink, and this leans a little bit slightly more pink on me personally, and I thought this looked really beautiful. This one had a great formula. I want to say 2 coats. Yep, 2 coats and for full opacity and no complaints. This one I do have a complaint on though. This is from Hansen. This is part of the Mega Strength line. I think this is when they revamped their whole the collection. I'm not really sure because I haven't read up on it, but this is called Be Iconic, and look at this color. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh my god, the color of this is so awesome. But the formula, application wise, it was easy. A little bit runny, I would say. It's a little bit thin. But for full opacity, 3 to 4 coats. It says cream formula and has a thin formula. Yep. 3 to 4 coats, and I would say more solid, like a solid four coater, because some of my nails I was able to get opaque at 3 coats, but some nails I could still see some bald spots in certain areas, so I needed that 4th coat. And when I do a 4th coat on a nail, I'm gonna do a fourth coat on every single nail. The color is beautiful. 4 coats is a little excessive for me personally, so I would find something like this out there, maybe with a better formula. I wouldn't recommend that because I don't think anybody has the time to do 4 coats, to be honest. Squash and Sleet. This one I wore and I mentioned in a haul for sure, and I already shared a swatch, but I did end up wearing it again. So this one has more of that kind of squash colored base, a little bit muted, I would say, and it has these flakes in here that shift from a I would say a cobalt blue to a purple. I see slight little shimmers in there as well that I see a little bit more on the purpley side as well. These little blue flakes in here, I don't capture them as much on the nails as far as the shifting goes. I do see the little foil effect. They almost look like they have this foil finish to them, and I do see that on my nails, but I don't really see the shifting quite as much. But the color is really beautiful. Not a base and that I would think to pair up with those glitters, and I think they go very well together. I have Temperature is a Rising. This was a 3 coater. I feel like my picture does show up a little bit more red than what you see here. This one I would say it's more of a coral in person, not heavier on the red. But 3 coats for this one. Good formula still though, and didn't take a long time to dry. This one was a standout for me from Pahlish. This is called Dog Days, and the base of this is more on the jelly side, and then it has some, it looks some green glitters as well as some shifting glitters in here, and you see a little bit more purple, blue, green. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. And the base, because it's jelly, you see all of these layers and how the glitters suspend on the nail. This was so gorgeous. A little bit thick, not gonna lie. When it came to, do you see that? It doesn't even drip down. Look at it. It's thick because there's so much glitter in here. So this is one that even at my first application I found to be a little bit thick, and I had to be very careful, otherwise it was gonna pull whatever layer was underneath it. So I did make sure to allow every layer to fully dry before going in with the next application. And I try to remove as much of the polish off the brush and not put the thick blob on my nails. So I had to be careful with this one, and one that I'll definitely have to put a thinner in pretty soon, even after the first application. But the end result of this was so gorgeous. The next manicure is another one from Pahlish. This one, it took 2 coats. This one's called Jun, J-U-N, and this is the blue one out of the all of these, like the pink, the green, the blue. This one came out in a trio though, not with these. This one came out in a trio, and I think I only picked this one. Actually, I picked this one up and another one as well, which I'll mention in a moment. 2 coats, great formula. All of the ones from Pahlish, it's very repetitive because you can see the gold flakes on it against the color base. They're all really beautiful. I have from Sinful Colors, this is called Just Desserts. I had not worn this in a really long time, and if I wore it, I can't remember. The base of this, it has a pinky nude base, and it has some silver shards of glitter. In the bottle, they tend to shift, and I don't know if it's just picking up the color of the base a little bit, but they tend to kind of have this little flash of pink. I don't see that on the nails, so that's why I'm saying maybe it's capturing the color of the base here and picking it up. But you do see the silver metallic little shards on the nails, and they look so pretty. This is such an understated polish, I feel like, because I think it's beautiful. I don't love all of their, what are they called, the stone crystal shimmer polishes, because I find them to be a little bit thick and not very manageable. I like this one, and there's a green, like a sage looking one. I think those are the only 2 that I really enjoy from this line. The next manicure is from Salon Perfect. This is called Icy Haute. This is more like a mint, but amplified, I would say. I think I did this one matte. I want to say that I did, and I actually preferred it matte more so than with a glossy top coat. I think this kind of color just benefits from it, but I did do the glossy top coat, and I want to say that this one took 3 coats. From Zoya, I have Zooey. I want to mention, I think I mentioned this one in my spring seasonal rack. This is a textured polish. It's one of their pixie dust. The base is coral, and it has some smaller gold glitters and then larger holographic silver glitters that show up on the nails. I only add a very thin layer of a top coat, any top coat really, just to take off a lot of the grittiness, but that also brings out the little holographic silver shimmers. They reflect a little bit more, and I like wearing it that way better. I thought this was really, really beautiful, and all of the glitter spread out so nicely. And I also really like the pixie dust because they dry really fast. I think I wore it at a time where I didn't really have time to wait around for my manicure to dry. From Palish, this is Melody. This is the coral in their, I did a nail of the day for this one as well. On their website, they say it's a neon. To me, this is not a neon, although it is a coral and it is brighter. Not quite a neon. This one also has the gold flakes, and this one took, I don't know how many coats this took. I want to say 2 to 3 coats. I'm gonna guess at this point because I don't even think I put it in my Instagram post. I'm relying on my Instagram post to let me know how many coats this took, because it's been a while since I wore it, and I have worn this a couple times. I just don't know why. I can't remember how many coats this was, but I want to say it had a pretty decent formula, because all of the ones from Palish have a decent formula, and I've really been enjoying them. From Nevermind, another one, this is Serafim Sword. The base of this is more of a grayed out white. I'm looking at the time because I have to go pick up my kids. It's a grayed out white. This is in a holographic base, and it has those shards of multi-chromatic, like iridescent shards of glitter in here. This is really beautiful. I do though have to say that it looks so much more interesting in the bottle. Okay, it's still really beautiful. Okay, takes 3 coats. But I feel like it looks better in the bottle than it does on my nails. On my nails, it looks pretty, but it's just, I'm not in love with it, I guess, as much as I thought I was going to be, I guess I can say. So kind of same thing as this one. 3 coats for both of them, and I think that's also to be able to see all of the little glitters. My pictures also don't do it as much justice because I feel like they look better in person than even my picture captures. It doesn't capture all of the little multi-chromatic situation going on, but I don't know, I was kind of underwhelmed by it. And I've worn it twice, and both times I was kind of underwhelmed by it. It's beautiful, but I was underwhelmed by it. I have from 90 Lacquer, I have Lilac, and this, oh my gosh, so funny because I bought these 3, these 2, and I think I do. Right here. Wow, I'm like scatterbrained today. So I bought these 3 at the same time, and the whole reason for this order was Marigold, and I loved this one the most. I've worn all 3 of them already, although I'm missing the picture for Raindrops. Lilac was my favorite out of all 3 of them. This is so beautiful. I think it's because, and you're going to be able to see in the picture, I see more of that multi-chrome situation of the larger shards, more in this one, against the base of this one than against the base of the yellow one. I feel like this one just kind of looks a little bit milky and almost covers a lot of the situation that's going on in this bottle. I think that was my issue with it, because I've worn it maybe 3 times already, and each time I've been kind of like, it's so pretty, but it's just not what I see in the bottle. When I see in the bottle and I go like this, I see so much going on, and I just don't see all of that on my nails, to where with this one I see that on my nails. So, you know, some thoughts there. Let's see, the last 2 polishes are these 2, more on the teal side. This one I was wearing in, I think, my most worn polishes video. I'm telling you, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos. Jade Cat, it is a stainer, but this color is so freaking beautiful. I mean, you can't argue with me. And it looks like a blue light on my nails. I hope I took a picture of it. I'll link the video if I have room. I'll link the video where I was wearing it so you guys can see it live, because when I was editing my video, I had a very hard time editing because I kept staring at my nails because this polish is so pretty. And the last one I have here, which was the manicure that I had on before this one, I want to say that it was, is Talia from Zoya. I think this is part of their newer collection, a stainer for sure. I was being lazy, didn't put on a base coat, but with something like this, even with a base coat, I don't think it's going to save me very much. I think this is still going to be a stainer, but the color is really beautiful. Formula was really great, and I want to say it was a solid 2-coater. That is everything, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.